What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. I just want to speak to you guys, stare into this camera, and hopefully stare at you guys and stare into your souls and tell you right now everything is going to be fine. Today is nothing in comparison to when this thing squeezes. It's going to feel like nothing. It sucks, yes, that we had another down day. Yes, we didn't break through $10 and we broke through 975. Yes, we did both of those things. However, we have the annual shareholder meeting tomorrow, and then we have earnings on Thursday. Keep in mind, AMC moved up their earnings from June 9th to May 6th. Why would a company move up their earnings a whole month in 3 days when they're going to be bad? Yeah, they may not be as bad as what they thought, but they're still not going to be good. They're not going to blow expectations out of the water kind of thing. I personally think that it has to deal with that share recount that was talked about in their proxy statement. And I think AMC knows something that we don't know. And I think we might get a little dusting of it maybe tomorrow and a little bit of a dusting on it, or possibly the whole entire thing on Thursday with the earnings call. Because AMC took the 500 million share dilution off the table. Just off the table. Why would you do that? They wanted to do that. Yeah, they said they did it in relation to like listening to us and all that kind of stuff. That's good. But I also think there's another reason why. Because you just don't listen to your investors. You have another reason why. And I think honestly, Adam Aaron has either an ace in his back pocket or something that he's going to reveal, because this stock is headed in a downwards direction and he knows that the shorts are hammering at the stock. And I think he's got something up his sleeve, and we'll see what it is, hopefully here in the next couple days. I absolutely think we will be reseeing $12 here again in the near future. We can absolutely get back up there. This stock can absolutely still squeeze and everything will be fine. Just take a deep breath and let's be patient. Also, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you turn on notifications and turn on all notifications so you can get a notification when I drop a video just about every single day. Let's go ahead and hop on in the charts and then cover the short interest for May the 4th be with you. So overall for the day, we started off, we opened at $10.11. We broke through our $10 psychological and technical support, and then we broke through our technical support at 975. The huge thing that I do want to highlight here on the intraday is this one wave that we really see here that dropped us from 987 to our intraday low of 961. This is definitely a short wave because within essentially a 10-minute time period, we went from sitting in neutral on the RSI to oversold. And you can see how volatile this move is here on the MACD. Now keep in mind, we are also seeing this barcoding going on, which is essentially market makers trading the stock back and forth within roughly penny increments so they can pick off penny profits here and there with the shares. So keep that in mind. That's the reason why we are seeing this barcoding going on. This wave right here literally screams a short attack wave to me. That's literally what I see here, and that's literally what I see here off the bell. And what did we hear all weekend? AMC is going to sell off. AMC is going to sell off from every Reddit bot, every YouTube bot, I get bots all the time that are commenting, oh, this is a dead stock. Just sell your shares now. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead kind of thing. And I'm just like, how much longer and how many more stupid tactics can you use to understand you're just going to hold the stock, and eventually your time's going to come and it's going to be like that lady in Game of Thrones ringing that bell. Shame, shame, shame. But it's not going to be shame on us. It's going to be shame on them, because shame on you for not covering your position when you knew that we were just going to hold the stock the whole entire time, because it cost us nothing to hold the stock. It cost them everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of money to hold their short positions. So keep that in mind. But let's hop out here to the 1 month time frame. Sorry to get a little ranty, but definitely how I feel. The huge thing is we're starting to see this sell off of AMC. Really, in reality, it's the shorts pushing the stock all the way down. So the huge thing that I want to highlight here is we didn't touch our support here at 925. Tomorrow, honestly, if we get positive news, I can see the stock moving to the upside. I can also see us continuing this downwards trend because the FUD isn't going to stop. And honestly, I'm taking a look at these downtrends and I'm saying, I'm just going to buy a few shares here. I'm going to buy a few shares here. I'm going to buy a few shares here. Why not? Because we were literally at $12 back on the 27th of April. Why not? Like, I mean, if you're telling me a couple days ago we were at $27 and we were at $12, $27 is a wish, but $12 on the 27th, nothing has fundamentally changed about the company. If anything, we're now hearing movie theaters can be opened up to full capacity in New York in July. We're only hearing positive news catalysts. Nothing fundamentally is negatively changing this company. Keep that in mind. So just don't believe the FUD. The next thing I really want to highlight here is the RSI is sitting at 3271, which is just borderline oversold. So the RSI goes from a scale of 0 to 100. Anything between 0 and 30 is considered oversold. Anything between 30 and 70 is within the normal range of trading. Anything from 70 and above is considered overbought. So just keep that in mind. And the RSI stands for the Relative Strength Index. So that's the RSI. The MACD down here helps us give an idea of the moves that we make within a given day. Is it a very volatile move, or is it what we would see as a normal move within the stock? So we also can get an idea too. The MACD gives us a bearish or bullish confirmation from the signal and the MACD. So the fact that this blue line, which is the signal, is above this gold line, the MACD, indicates that we are in a bearish trend. Now, am I surprised that we're in a bearish trend considering we've sold off for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last days? No, I'm not surprised. But keep in mind that the technical analysis on this kind of stuff can flip literally on a dime, because a stock can literally flip right on a dime and go from bearish to bullish and bullish to bearish too really quickly. So just keep that in mind. So tomorrow we could absolutely open up at 975, which would be awesome. Above that level, at that level of support or above that level of support would be awesome. Then start making a move to the upside. And if I said, what are our moves to the upside? I would immediately look at $10. And then I would look at 1050 and 1075. Those are going to be our levels of resistances moving in an upwards direction. Now, what would our be our supports? Well, I would look here at 976. What do we do with 976, 975? Do we bounce off of it? Do we claim it as support? Is it going to be resistance? And then I would be looking at 925 next. Do I think we could be moving down to 925 tomorrow? Most likely not, but it definitely is in the cards of possibilities, because these bots on Reddit, these bots on YouTube are continuously just spitting out all the FUD, how people are paper handing, how people are selling their stock, how this is over, this is a dead cat kind of thing. Well, I can tell you one thing right now, Becky or Richard or whoever you are. Becky and Richards are hedge funds in my eyes, and like, it's not a dead cat. It's not a dead cat. And I will tell you time and time again, it's not a dead cat, because on the 27th, we were trading at $12. The fact that we're trading at $9 now just provides a great buying opportunity for me to buy the dip, guys, because that's what I did today. Also, keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that I say is financial advice. This is purely just my opinion, and these videos are purely done for entertainment only. But let's go ahead and hop out here to the year-to-date time frame. And really what this is going to do is it's going to help us see the volume that we've seen since the original squeeze. Now, back here is when we had our run up to $14. This is when we had our run up to $12. So we technically are making lower highs, which technically isn't a good sign. But the next thing that I really see here is our volume has drastically decreased. Keep in mind, there's a few outliers here where our volume has drastically increased. However, our volume has essentially tapered off, which tells me we're just consolidating right now. And what this tells me is that there's not a lot of people selling this stock because there's a lot of people that believe in this stock and think that this stock is worth way more than what it's currently at. And they're just going to hold the stock and they're going to take the opportunity when they can to just buy the dip. Our RSI is sitting here at 47.49. The only thing that I can really say that I don't like is our MACD is now touching our signal. They're touching one another. So if we do have a red day tomorrow, we may see that MACD cross over that signal. Now keep in mind, this is a stock that could literally flip on a dime. So the technical analysis really doesn't mean that much. But the reason why we do the technical analysis is just really to understand where we've been, where we could be going, and where we'll see these levels of support and resistance. So that's the huge thing. So to the upside, looking at 975, then $10 as that huge double-digit marker of that psychological and technical resistance right now, and then 1050. The next thing that I really want to do is I want to hop into the options chain and really just take a look at where our open interest is. Because what this will do is this will give us an idea of where a lot of our open interest is within the options chain. And what we're seeing here is we're seeing that there's 22,610 contracts. These are calls that are out of the money right now. So if we push over $10 and get these 22,610 contracts in the money, it's definitely going to help us more towards a squeeze. But the other thing that I really see outlined here is we do see a lot of puts here at $10. We see a lot of puts at $10.50. The puts at $10 is 12,161. So that's definitely taking on a little bit weight in the stock. I'm gonna blow this out to 50 strike prices so we can just take a little bit further out. But the huge thing is there's definitely some, like there's 362 puts here at $15. That's a very expensive premium for a put. So just keep that in mind. There's also a lot of open interest still moving out. So that's May 7th. The huge thing that I also want to take a look at is, do we just have open interest here for 1 week or do we have multiple weeks out? For the 14th, we have 19,447 contracts of open interest calls at the $11 strike price. So there is open interest moving well into several weeks out. So just keep that in mind that this is more than fine. So let's go ahead and hop over here in the Ortex and cover Ortex, take a look at the short data. Try not to make this much longer for you guys, but the huge thing here within Ortex, we have 1 buy rating for 1 analyst, 4 as a hold, 4 as a sell, the target price of $4.44, and to cover the short interest for the day. So really, I was looking at the short interest in Ortex throughout the day, and it was dipping down. It was negative, then it was positive, then it was negative, then it was positive, then it was negative, then it was positive. So this is like, it really is just, it shows that people are returning their shares on loan. So they are absolutely just the shares on loan. People probably took them out because they were thinking that there was going to be this 500 million share dilution. There was no 500 million share dilution. They were like, well, heck, now we can't short the stock kind of thing. Here's the shares back kind of thing. So our short interest did increase by 0.32%. Our current short interest of 22 is 22.6. What I want to do is I want to take a look at GameStops because what? Ooh. Oh, okay. So these two have been going back and forth with really high short interest. So AMC sitting at 22.6, GameStop sitting at 23.02. So there is definitely a possibility that AMC could pass GameStop the next couple of days for higher short interest. So just keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that I want to say is if you see anything saying that shorts are covering, it is an absolute lie. Because guess what? This days to cover went up from yesterday. It went from 1.24 to 1.30. So the days to cover is still going up. So those short positions are still there. And there is still short interest and shorting being done on the stock. Keep in mind, this is Ortex. So this is only accounting for AMC shorts. This is not accounting for short ETFs. This is not accounting for naked shorting. So this is the absolute bare minimum situation and bare minimum short interest within the stock. So our short interest is 22.6% of the free float. 94.42 million shares is our current short interest. Exchange reported 93.89. This was done on April 15th. Our utilization sitting at 99.74. So it did drop from 100%, but it dropped just as much, kind of thing. So I can guarantee you tomorrow when we do a video, this will either be around 99.74 or it will probably be back pegged at 100%. So the huge thing that I want to do highlight here is we are seeing a decrease of our shares on loan, which means that people are just saying, I don't want a short position, just have the shares back. There's no covering going on. So anyone who says that shorts are covering is lying and is probably a bot, to be honest with you, or they're severely misinformed. Our cost to borrow is still going up. It's sitting at 13.09. So this is only going up. We saw 5.54 million shares borrowed, 5.07 of them returned in a borrowed change of 468,940. So keep in mind, this 468,940 is going to go into our shares on loan. So our shares on loan, yes, is decreasing. But what we're probably seeing is a lot of people saying, oh, well, they took the 500 million share dilution off the table. We're not going to short the stock anymore because let's be honest, if AMC decided to essentially double the shares within AMC, a lot of people would short the stock because the stock would literally just plummet and it would be a great opportunity to make a lot of money. But now that the 500 million share dilution is taken off the table, that's no longer an option. So keep that in mind. But our days to cover is going up. Our cost to borrow is continuing to go up. And this is still absolutely squeezable. If we take a look here at just the 1 month time frame, we can see that our short interest or free float is going down, but this is because our short interest change is changing also along with our shares on loan. We hop out here to the 3 month time frame and really take a look at this. You can take a look back here. Well, no, let's go out to the 6 month actually. So the 6 month back here, the free float on loan that we had was at 15.056. So if someone told me, could AMC squeeze? I would say absolutely, because we squeeze back here on less short interest than we currently have. So keep that in mind. We still can absolutely squeeze. And our days to cover then was sitting at 0.96. We're sitting at 1.3 right now. And this is on our 3 month volume. So if we calculate today's days to cover, so we would take 31 million and we would divide it by this shares alone, which is 145. So I'll whip out my calculator here. So if we take 145 and we divide it by 31, that's going to equal 4.67 days. That's significant, guys. This is still absolutely squeezable and still will absolutely squeeze. The shorts eventually have to cover. All that we have to do is just hold the stock and just buy the dip when we get the chance. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Before you leave, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.